In this age, is a smile really a crime? Or was the Gurning man truly just an urban legend? I'm Kim, and this is Home Channel.
Do you know there's a figure in Glasgow that people still whisper about? A man who appears only at night, wearing a black bodysuit and a twisted smile that no one can explain. Tonight, we're stepping into the shadowy streets of Crosshill and Queen's Park, following the real sightings that turned a strange man into one of Scotland's most disturbing urban legends. By the end of this story, you'll understand why some smiles aren't comforting at all, and why the Gurning man is remembered not for what he did, but for the way he looked at you. Chapter 1. The Dark Corners of Glasgow, Origins and Sightings. Glasgow, a city that blends modernity with ancient atmospheres, seems to be swallowed by shadows as night falls. In some corners of the city, terrifying stories have lingered for years, and one of the most well-known is that of the Gurning man, a horrifying urban legend. The name Gurning man comes from his twisted smile, which is not a mere expression of happiness, but a horrific and agonizing distortion, almost a form of mockery. The story traces its roots to between 1976 and 1979, when witnesses in the Crosshill and Queen's Park areas of Glasgow described the strange behavior of this terrifying man. The man, clad in a black bodysuit, appeared to be in his 50s, thin and bald. He seemed to always emerge beneath street lamps, performing bizarre movements. The most chilling aspect of his appearance was his face, a grotesque smile, contorted in a way that made it incomprehensible, as if mocking those who saw him. One famous sighting involved two young girls who were on their way home from a party. Despite the bright street lights, they could not shake their fear. They described how, as they passed the man, he suddenly made strange gurgling noises, his painful smile seeming to challenge their sanity. When they hurriedly walked away and looked back, the man had vanished into the empty street, as if he had never been there. Chapter 2. The Influence and Comparison to Scottish Folklore. Scotland has long been rich in folklore, particularly stories of fairies, ghosts, and monsters. Many of these tales are steeped in mystery and darkness. Could the Gurning man story also be linked to Scotland's ancient myths of spirits and mythical creatures? In the Scottish Highlands, legends of creatures such as the Fuaf, water spirits, and Catsif, the fairy cat, describe terrifying entities that appear at night. These spirits threaten humans by shape-shifting and exhibiting strange behavior, often appearing in desolate waterside or misty settings. These traits closely resemble the Gurning man's behavior, appearing on nighttime streets and disappearing without a trace. However, Gurning man differs from these ancient spirits. He is not merely a nighttime apparition. His face, his twisted smile, makes him symbolically significant. His smile, rather than expressing any positive emotion, distorts and mocks human feelings, making it the most unnerving feature of his legend. Nevertheless, some eerie similarities can be drawn from Scotland's rich tapestry of folk beliefs. Chapter 3. The Formation of an Urban Legend. Is the Gurning man story simply a continuation of ancient Scottish folklore, or has it evolved into a modern urban legend, shaped by the changes in urban life? As Glasgow became more urbanized, the shadows of the city's nights grew into one of the deepest fears of its inhabitants. The Gurning man's appearances a manifestation of this unfamiliar, unsettling fear, particularly for women. At that time, the safety of women walking alone at night was a major concern, and the sightings of Gurning Man only fueled this anxiety. He didn't just appear on the streets. He was also reported to appear inside homes, causing a kind of fear that could not be explained. One incident involved a middle-aged woman who was wakened in the night by strange gurgling noises. Thinking it was her husband snoring, she opened her eyes only to find the man standing at the foot of the bed. His smile was distorted, and he made strange breathing sounds. The woman screamed and turned on the lights. Once the light illuminated the room, the man disappeared instantly. This event mirrored many other sightings, where witnesses described how the Gurning Man would vanish suddenly. From the initial encounter of the two girls to later sightings of the man in private homes, the Gurning Man story quickly spread across Glasgow, becoming one of the city's most iconic horror stories. Chapter 4. The historical possibility. Who was he? Given the chilling nature of the Gurning Man story, is it possible that it's connected to some real historical figure or event? Could Gurning Man be the ghost of someone from the past, or the spectre of a deceased Glasgow resident? Some folklorists have speculated about a possible connection to a real person, Anthony Joseph Miller, who was executed for murder in Glasgow Crosshill in 1960. Although the location is similar to where the Gurning Man sightings occurred, there are several clear differences. First, Miller was only 19 years old at the time, while Gurning Man is described as being in his 50s. Moreover, Gurning Man's twisted smile and black bodysuit don't match Miller's appearance, so this theory remains unproven. Despite the lack of concrete evidence linking the Gurning Man to a specific individual, historical records do mention people involved in mysterious disappearances, some of which resemble the Gurning Man sightings. Particularly in the 1970s, Glasgow saw an increase in reports of psychiatric patients or criminals wandering the streets, individuals who might have given rise to the Gurning Man legend. Chapter 5. The cultural symbolism, the fusion of smile and fear. The primary reason why the Gurning Man is so terrifying is his twisted smile. A smile typically symbolizes happiness and warmth in our culture, but when it appears in an unnatural, painful way, it evokes intense fear. The Gurning Man's smile doesn't express positive emotion, but rather a distortion and contempt for human feelings. This smile becomes his most threatening characteristic. In the Hollywood horror film Smile, the same kind of distorted smile is used as a terrifying element. Characters in the film display unnatural smiles, which no longer express happiness but are born from uncontrollable fear. This mirrors what the Gurning Man represents at his core, the fusion of a smile and fear. This symbolic transformation of a smile from joy to psychological terror makes it not just a pleasant emotion, but a shadow of something far more sinister. The Gurning Man's twisted smile is not only a horrific expression, but also a symbol of the human fear of losing control and facing the unknown. It distorts and challenges our most basic emotions, creating an unsettling unease that lingers deep within us. Chapter 6. The Return of the Gurning Man. The story of the Gurning Man didn't fade with time. In fact, it was sighted again in 2017. A woman living near Queen's Park reported seeing a frail elderly man standing between vehicles, wearing a black bodysuit and making strange noises. Months later, a group of girls in the same area also spotted the man and quickly fled. Though no definitive proof has ever been found to confirm that the Gurning man truly exists, his representation of collective fear and the unknown threat has solidified his place in modern horror culture. Whether or not he was real, whether or not he was truly the ghost of a person, the Gurning man's story has taken root in Glasgow's culture. Perhaps he will always remain just an urban legend, but there is no denying that he is a chilling and thought-provoking symbol of terror.
I'm Kim. Please subscribe, like, and share. And stay with me. You have never faced the dark unknown.